About a week ago, I was at the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. But first, these guys drove by. I spent a lot of time as a kid at the National Gallery of Art. That's one thing growing up in Washington, D.C. can give you, is just access to great museums, and they're free. It wasn't uncommon for me to be going by the National Gallery of Art, drop in for 15 minutes, check out the Da Vinci, or check out the Anselm Kiefer, or check out the Jasper Johns, go look at that one piece, walk away, not even feel bad about not seeing all the rest of it. Like every other museum in the free world, they're constantly rehanging the galleries and giving more attention to other works and pushing other works out for a little while. But your favorites are always there, and the National Gallery has such a great collection. You know, I never really openly think about Dubuffet, but boy, I love this painting. And I like it more than like the whites with the black lines. Something about the inverse of this, the kind of cityscape piece to it, it just really rings a bell for me. Moving through the galleries though, I came upon what I only thought was probably a mistake by the National Gallery. One thing growing up in DC that you know about the National Gallery is they've never really been, I guess the nice way to say it is overly supportive of the Washington DC arts community. And I walked in this room with this fantastic Helen Frankenthaler. But lo and behold, surrounding it are 6 Washington painters all in the same room. But wow, I was so thrilled to see that, and I was so excited that the National Gallery has kind of clumped those artists together, because they all are kind of clumped together by art history. You know, the story goes, of course, that Clement Greenberg took Morris Louis and Kenneth Noland up to meet Helen Frankenthaler, and that's where the DC tradition of staining canvas really comes from. Ground zero, if you wish. And then I stumbled over this Warhol that I always forget the National Gallery has. And it's an oddball Warhol. It's actually called Portrait of the Rauschenberg Family. And I have no idea about the story of it. I'm assuming that Andy got a photograph from Bob Rauschenberg of his family and turned it into a painting. So by this time, I'm just kind of bebopping around the museum to see what I can see. Checking in nooks and crannies, that kind of thing, because there's always something tucked in a corner that you've never seen before. And I came upon this Pat Steer and Ronnie Horn. And, you know, I love the way the color palettes work together. I love Pat Steer's paintings, and I really liked Ronnie Horn's sculptures. And by now, if you're following along with the home game, you'll know that I love me some Cy Twombly. And it's always kind of like a search to find the Twombly's in the museums. And the National Gallery and the Hirshhorn, the two of them, have just a really great collection of Twombly's. Oddly, the trouble you always have with white oil paint is its ability to turn yellow. But there was this, and I just thought it was a great piece. Oh, and look, there's a David Smith and a Martin Puryear on the gallery floor. I'll see you soon. Oh, if you get a chance, like and subscribe and all that crap. You know what I'm talking about.